Good Friday afternoon. July kind of with our outlook. Feeling a little under the weather, so it's taking longer for me to do this. But we're going to see some high pressure filtering in today with some gusty winds, as you've noticed. That's going to set the stage for a little bit of an overrunning, kind of a snowy, then icy mix tomorrow. Not a lot of precipitation with this. Good thing, because it would be a very icy scenario. Looks like snow and then sleet, and then maybe some freezing rain later, and then over to plain rain before it kind of ends. Nothing dramatic, even in the sense of rain. So this whole event may be pretty much frozen until right at the very end we get some drizzle and it moves on out. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the low 30s to around 30 degrees. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty cold. Then Sunday we have kind of a dry day, an in-between day with this cold air kind of sinking in, and then we're going to have this moisture build here. Now, this is what's called an overrunning, meaning the low pressure, yeah, there is a low pressure that's forming in this scenario. But really, we're just getting a southerly wind to put moisture over top of a wave of low pressure, and that's going to bring in the snow. And this high to the north is in an ideal place here to bring snow to the region. This is the GFS, and it shows snow even in the southern Virginia. We'll see if this comes true. I think, or am concerned this is a little further north, or not quite as robust, and we will actually move over to more of a mixy situation. We'll see. If this comes true, central Virginia gets pummeled by a masterfully large snowstorm, and we get quite a bit of snow. I mean, this would not be a small snow event. We definitely get several inches on top of that. Then, this moves out. You see this high to the north. This looks ideal, but it's going to be moving out of the way, and this low here, along with the low out to the west, is going to bring up some warmer air. So when we get to Thursday, start off with an icy mix, and then it's going to change over probably to plain rain. If we can get lucky as a snow lover to keep the snowpack on ground, that freezing rain will move out pretty quickly, and it will stay kind of like warm, but not really wet. But I have a feeling it's going to wash away a lot of snow. We'll see how much moisture there is. May not be much at all. And then it gets cold for a few days. And then a bigger storm comes. And this one's strong enough and warm enough. And then right orientation to go west of us. So we have a rain event. This will probably happen late in the weekend. That rain should wash away most of the stuff that's on the ground. Move it on out. And then set us up for colder conditions next week, and then we'll watch for additional storminess to see if we get another chance of an ice or snow or some type of storm. I wouldn't be surprised if this one trends a little bit better in our favor in the long run. This is way far out there, it's hard to say, but it kind of sets us up in a nice scenario or a situation where we got kind of high level, and this is even a blocking low up here for cold air to stick in place if we get another low pressure system to come through. So be on the lookout for potential for more wintry weather as we go into next weekend. Colder conditions too. After we get through the storminess, that maybe 1 or 2 rainstorms after we get the snow, and then maybe a mix and rain on Friday. We'll have to see. All right, so what does the European show? I think the European may have a better handle on things because the weather set up in the atmosphere is a little bit different. And here's the icy stuff from tomorrow. It moves on through pretty quickly. Like I said, most of it's frozen. And then we have this little wave that doesn't do much, and then we have the wave that's coming in on Monday or Tuesday. This does bring snow to the area. Snow is heavier to our south. I wouldn't be surprised if the heavy snow does come back over top of us because I think it's a little further south than it needs to be. Regardless, it may switch to a little bit of a mix at the end, but most of the snow is out of here by that point. And then we have kind of an icing scenario even into Wednesday with a wave. And then this is the follow-up wave. I won't be surprised here if there was to this as rain, and that's what the European is showing. This high is moving out. This low is strong. The trough position to the west is not ideal. And it means southerly winds, and we call it southeast ridge really flexing its strength. So that makes it much warmer. Pushes that on through, and then we have another rain system, just like the other one, Saturday, Sunday time frame. That brings in colder air and could set the stage for something next week. Even though this is showing, rain and everything else, like I said, I kind of like this setup, so maybe we'll do better. Or maybe we'll have to wait for one more system before we get something a little more special. We'll have to see. All right, so in general, a little bit of rain and snow, probably snow and then sleet, maybe a little freezing rain tomorrow. I don't think we'll be an inch, but that's, the maximum possibility would be an inch of stuff. I think we'll just have some sleet, freezing rain. It won't be too heavy. Monday night, Tuesday, looks like a good amount of snow. I don't think it'll be a heavy snow. I'm going to say, if I was to guess from the models and what I'm seeing here, we're talking like a 3 to 5 inch system. Maybe the highest end would be a 6 to 8 inch system. But I think 3 to 5 inches sounds more likely, and don't be surprised if we get a lot more sleet, freezing rain to knock it towards the 3 inch if we're not careful. I'm hopeful that the moisture level on the GFS is as high as it is. If it is, it'll be much more significant, but we have to see the European move around there. For a while, European was showing 6 to 10 inches, so I think that 6 inch will probably be the big, big dog for us on this system. Then I think it will be a rainstorm later next week. Maybe not a mixy storm, but more rain than mixing. And then maybe even more rain through the weekend to wash all that stuff away. We need the rain. We're very dry. We've been in a drought for a while, so this is all good news. And then in the long range, we'll have to watch because I think the systems and the setup and stuff does kind of speak to maybe something that could be there. The models won't be able to handle that this far off. All right, that's been my long outlook. Hopefully it makes sense. Not as much snow as I'd like as a snow lover, but definitely a good chance of some good snow on Tuesday. Just how much depends on the model and a lot of other things, and we could have some icy mix as well. All right, have a good one. This has been your Loudoun kind of outlook.